What do you do confidently now that made you feel weird in the past? Asking people to pay back money they borrowed. Walking down the street, realizing I was going in the wrong direction, and making a U-turn without pretending to have forgotten something. Going out for a meal on my own. Wear a mask over my face entering a bank to get the money. Saying how I feel. I'd usually bottle things up because I didn't want to upset anyone. Telling people the music I like. Swim without a shirt on. My sisters made fun of how I looked without a shirt on when I was like 12 and it stuck with me for years. Just the other day I went to the beach and realized that I finally don't care anymore. Stay calm around women I find attractive. I used to get anxious and even avoid. Not really at the present, not since February, but going to the cinema alone. First time I ever did, back in 2016 it felt weird tbh. Even had a mother ask me if I was waiting for anyone when I saw Kong, Skull Island, but now I actually prefer it most times. It means I don't have to worry about scheduling with a friend on what day's best. Don't get me wrong, I have still gone with friends but 90 to 95% of the time I go alone. I can do whatever I want before or afterwards, whether to look around the shops or just go straight home. So many things. Getting older and caring less about what people who don't matter to me think of me has been extremely liberating. I've also learned that most people aren't actually paying attention when you do something stupid or embarrassing. People are usually off in their own little worlds. I was a very self-conscious and eccentric child, but adult me has fully embraced my weird side, and it's wonderful. I am who I am meant to be, and I'm surrounded by amazing people. I'm the fat girl in the gym. For my entire adulthood, would hold back my workouts, for fear of jiggling, sweat, boobs bouncing, heavy breathing. I get red in the face with any exertion. Finally, I got some quality clothes that fit properly, really good bras that keep the girls in check, and now I'm really proud of how hard I work. I sweat through my clothes every workout. My hair gets soaked, I love leaving drips underneath my heavy bag. Now my coaches use me as an example of what to do if you want higher intensity in the exercise we are doing. I love it. Only 2 more hours until class starts. Embrace my absolute love for pink after years of deluding myself into believing I wasn't like the other girls, lol. Going out not caring what I look like / what I'm wearing. Unwrapping a tampon in a public bathroom. Call other adults for adult reasons. Okay, not super confidently but much more so. Go out without makeup. Barking at men catcalling me. Embrace the power of the pause. When asking someone a question, allow the silent pause after the question to build tension that compels them to answer. The longer the silence, the more compelling the tension, the more effective to get someone talking. I was gonna say rim jobs, then I saw all the thoughtful answers. Drop a douche in a public bathroom. I quit giving a shit. I'm not well liked now. But I am liked. And that's better than before. Wearing pink and purple as a male. I always felt weird about it until my wife finally convinced me to get shirts for work in those colors. Now they're basically all I wear. I get a lot of compliments and I feel great in it. Asking for help. I've gone through more trouble and passed up more opportunities than I'd like to admit because I was afraid of asking for someone to help me. Needing help doesn't mean you're weak, and accepting help doesn't mean pity. Telling the truth. I used to be so terrified of disappointing people that I would lie to keep them happy. They say the truth will set you free. That's true. It'll also make some people not like you, but that's okay. Driving. Still cautious and safe but less terrified of making mistakes and freaking out. That and driving any new cars. If someone asked me to drive a truck / SUV at age 18 I would have said no way, but now I have a little experience and wouldn't think anything if someone asked me to now. Singing out loud. Ever since I started singing for my kids I realized it doesn't matter what you sound like as long as you're enjoying yourself. Not living my life to other people's opinions / expectations. I go around barefoot, grow veggies and finally have chickens. Life is so good not being stressed out all the time. Let go of toxic people, and get a kettle, it'll change your life. Letting my weird out. I used to try to fit in with everyone. I pretended to like sports, or shooter games or whatever the group was into and talking about. Finally I just embraced the fact that I'm just different enough from the normal crowd, and I don't care. I like the obscure Japanese games people in my area haven't heard about. I like collecting cool looking bottles and glasses and pretending I'm a wizard making potions. I like listening to show tunes. I like Disney movies. I like all those girly alcoholic drinks. What seems weird to people and what I enjoy seem to line up pretty frequently. Just staring into space. Everyone was always on their phones, so I felt the need to be looking at something too, but now, nah. Saying I dislike football. It's like a cardinal sin in the UK. During middle school I pretended to like it to try and fit in, picked a team, Arsenal, tried to watch games. Made me dislike it even more. Through secondary school and into my first job, when I said I didn't like football, it was usually a cue for some form of harassment. Not a real man, what are you, gay? Etc. Now I'm happy to say it and couldn't give a toss how it's received. Playing guitar in front of people. Tell people to fuck off. Fun fact, fuck OFF. Have conversations with people. I used to basically not be able to talk to anyone for any length of time without being drunk. Small talk and deep conversations was super hard for me. Now 6 months later I have talked to people for hours that I have just met about anything under the sun. That saying, no, is okay. I go out to eat alone, I'm married and that's great. We go out together but now and again, I just like my own company, a good meal and a good book, no fucks given. Calling myself a lesbian. Somehow it made me uncomfortable and I would just call myself gay. It wasn't internalized homophobia, I just didn't like the word. Being out in the woods. I was born and raised in NYC, so even though I really wanted to experience these things, it always seemed so inaccessible and scary. But one afternoon, after a shitty day, I just said fuck it, did some research and found a trail that was within an hour of the city and for beginners. I wasn't able to finish the trail that day, it felt like it went on forever and I chickened out thinking I would get lost. But I still enjoyed the experience and decided I would do it again. It wasn't until a year later I was able to fully hike a trail and get the payoff of the amazing views. I got really into it and learned more skills like navigating and wilderness survival over time. Now, even though I am a born and raised city girl, I am also an avid hiker, camper, kayaker, backpacker, and overall feel more at home in the mountains than I do in this concrete jungle. Asterisk, thank you for the award. I'm super proud for my first award on Reddit to be a tree hug award, smiley face, and anyone reading thinking they want to try outdoor sports, please do. The planet needs more advocates to protect its beauty. Just brush up on the policy of leave no trace before heading out there to minimize our impact on these beautiful places. When in doubt, just remember, take only pictures and leave only footprints. In India, you're looked down upon if you listen to Hindi music, read Hindi books, or are a fan of Bollywood. Growing up, I felt the need to completely westernize myself, listen to English music exclusively, only watch Hollywood movies, the whole shebang. Since last few years, I've been embracing my native language and my culture. It's taken a lot of rediscovering my past, amazing movies I missed out on because I was too cool to watch them, Hindi music that I was too cool to play on the speaker. It's liberating to embrace your roots. Tell my friends that I love them. ETA, my first award on Reddit. Thanks. Watching cartoons even though I'm a grown-up. When everyone was watching Game of Thrones, I was obsessed with Gravity Falls and Hilda. Everyone was like, you wow. I find them amazing. I used to close my laptop when I saw someone was coming nearby. I don't anymore. They can shove my interests in their faces. As a man, sit down to pee. Speaking in public. I got a job in sales that required me to give presentations in front of people. After my first solo presentation, the customer actually told me how shitty I was and how I would never make a good salesman. I went back to my car and threw up. Now I give presentations multiple times a day, and I'm so used to it that I can devote most of my attention to gauging audience reaction, allowing me to adjust the pitch and emphasize or de-emphasize different topics based on their interest. That original customer got demoted about a year ago, which was pretty sweet. Now I deal mostly with his former assistant, who got his old job. Saying it's bedtime now and going home. Telling people I watch anime, I realized your life must be pretty shitty if you call someone names for liking something. Poop in public. I used to not give a shit in public, but now I do give shits. Smile/laugh. I have one misaligned tooth that makes my smile look like I'm missing a tooth. As kids, my parents couldn't afford to get me braces. I would cover my mouth and laugh as a kid. Got laughed at by a lot of kids at school. Got a lot of mean nicknames. Then my first boyfriend happened, who made me realize I am amazing the way I am. He made it a point to compliment my smile every time we went out. It's been getting better since then. I'm close to 30 and I couldn't really care anymore. Now I find it one of my cutest features. Go to work. I feel comfortable and don't have panic attacks in the parking lot anymore. Fake confidence turned into real confidence after a little while practicing. Very thankful. I used to be so shy, now I have lots of opportunities open for me because I just went for it. Email my professors when I have questions. It used to terrify me. Go out by myself. Even going to the grocery store used to make me anxious, now I'm totally fine going to bars alone even. I'm also very slowly coming around to the idea of dancing, just when no one else is watching. Suck it PTSD. Suck it Jeff. Most things. Being young is awkward. I love the liberation of getting older and giving less, fewer, fucks. Speak my mind. Not in an asshole way. Just stop worrying about what other people think of every little thing. What do you want to eat? Wanting cheeseburgers. Oh, I dunno, what are you in mood for? Now I'll just say cheeseburgers, and sometimes it works out and sometimes it doesn't. It's so much less exhausting. Taking care of babies. When I was young, my mother wouldn't let me babysit. She wouldn't even let me hold a baby, even ones in our family. She would always warn me of what could happen if I dropped the baby, or if there's a fire or a burglar. Well, let me tell you, Elle got married, we had 3 children. And I learned about babies fast. Now I am a whiz with babies. Staring at the ceiling fan. Looking people in the eye when speaking to them. I was unemployed for 4 months a while back, and going in a shit ton of interviews helped me a lot.